I guess a lot of us have heard about harmonization or non-harmonization when we see a project nowadays, and I believe many agents have told you that it's better to buy a project that's harmonized because you're only paying for the usable space and it's cheaper to do that. Today, I'd like to share with you what is meant by harmonization and how it can actually affect us when we actually buy a property. First of all, what is GFA harmonization? GFA harmonization is a rule that makes all condo measure floor area the same way across all Singapore agencies. Because in the past, different agencies such as URA, SLA, BCA, they measure floor area in a different way. Some measure from wall to wall, some measures in between. So right now with GFA harmonization, it actually standardized the measurement so there's no disputes and no disagreements. Before that, developers include areas like aircon ledges, planters or void space so that the units look bigger on the paper and they actually sell it to the buyers. Now, since June 2023, everything is measured the same way. Void areas such as airspace, planters and aircon ledge is actually not counted. This improves the efficiency and more functional floor plans, reducing wasted spaces. This means that buyers are only paying real usable space and not inflated sizes. And is this really good for buyers to get a harmonized project since it should save more? Let's take a look at some comparison. Over here, we have Irwell Hill versus River Green, both in District 9, very near to each other, and this is actually a 3-bedroom layout. On the left, we have Irwell Hill Residences, a 3-bedroom pre-harmonized project of size 861 square feet. And on the right, we have River Green, a post-harmonized project of 786 square feet for a 3-bedroom. At the first glance, many buyers will say, wow, harmonized units at River Green looks much more smaller. If you look closely at Irwell Hill Residences, you can see there's actually 2 aircon ledge that makes up of 54 square feet, and these are actually space that you can't really use. Once you remove the aircon ledge, the actual livable space is about 807 square feet. Compare that with River Green at 786 square feet, which is just slightly smaller, the difference is about 21 square feet. And you can see for River Green, basically the difference is that one of the bedrooms is slightly smaller. However, it actually comes with a bomb shelter. This actually adds to practical storage. So this layout is pretty efficient. Well, let's see how much are we paying for. Same location, same unit type of 3-bedroom, similar floor plan. You can see that Irwell Hill Residences has actually sold at 2.73 million, whereas River Green has actually sold at 2.475 million. That's a difference of 255,000 difference. So for this case, we'll definitely choose harmonized project that is actually newer, closer to MRT, more efficient layout and lower entry price. Next, let's look at another comparison. We have Grand Danang and Emerald of Katong. Grand Danang, a pre-harmonized project, 3-bedroom, 1098 square feet, and after removing the aircon ledge, the real usable space is only 1033 square feet. Versus Emerald of Katong at size 990 square feet, there's only about 43 square feet difference. Well, let's take a look at the layout. Emerald of Katong has slightly a smaller kitchen but a bigger living area, and there's actually an extra storage on the right side of the layout. And the rest looks the same. Since everything literally looks almost the same, let's take a look at the pricing. Grand Danang on the 3rd floor was sold at 2.694 million versus Emerald of Katong also on the 3rd floor sold at 2.399 million. This is almost 300k savings. And with that, it makes more sense to buy a harmonized project, even though the unit might look smaller on the paper, but you are paying real, usable space with great savings. Let's look at another example. We have Tembusu Grand versus Emerald of Katong, both at District 15, very near each other. Tembusu Grand being a pre-harmonized project, 2-bedroom size of 667 square feet, and Emerald of Katong, a post-harmonized project of 624 square feet. If you actually remove the aircon ledge, you can see the Tembusu Grand is actually a size of 634 square feet. So the difference is actually probably about 10 square feet. And since we actually have seen that harmonization means paying for the actual space only, Emerald of Katong should save more and is a better choice. Well, let's take a look at the prices. Tembusu Grand on the 2nd floor is sold at 1.557 million, whereas Emerald of Katong on the 2nd floor is sold at 1.589 million, which is actually 32k more expensive than Tembusu. And here's where it gets confusing for buyers. In some cases, harmonized projects save more, in some cases, they can actually cost more. So it's not necessary that buying harmonization project is always better and cheaper. It's not like a one rule fits all. So the real question isn't about harmonized or non-harmonized. What truly matters is the pricing, location, and the layout efficiency. We really need to dive further and know what we are buying or paying for. Because a well-priced, well-located, non-harmonized unit can still outperform a poorly priced harmonized one. That's why comparisons need to be analysed properly, case by case. If you're still unsure whether a pre or post-harmonized project makes more sense for you, feel free to DM or give me a call. I'll help you to break down the numbers, compare real livable space and see which option truly gives you better value, regardless whether it's harmonized or not. Once again, I'm Christine and see you soon.